Imagine a musical instrument so ancient that it dates back over 40,000 years, long before the piano or guitar even existed. Welcome to the world of ancient musical instruments, where creativity and culture intertwined in fascinating ways. Let's dive into some of the most surprising instruments and traditions from history that might just change how you think about music. First up, let's travel to prehistoric times. Archaeologists have uncovered flutes made from bird bones and mammoth ivory in caves across Europe. These aren't just random bones, they were carefully crafted to produce melodies. The oldest of these flutes, found in Germany, dates back around 40,000 years. Imagine early humans using these simple yet beautiful tools to create music, perhaps to communicate, celebrate, or even perform rituals. These instruments represent some of the earliest evidence of artistic expression and the human desire to create something that transcends mere survival. The delicate craftsmanship required to carve precise holes and shape the bone to produce different notes speaks volumes about the cognitive abilities of our ancestors. Music, it seems, was an integral part of early human culture, a bridge between the physical and spiritual worlds. Fast forward to ancient Egypt, where music was an essential part of daily life and religious ceremonies. Egyptians played harps, lyres, and percussion instruments like sistrums, metal rattles that produced a jingling sound. The sistrum was believed to ward off evil spirits and please the gods. Picture temple priests shaking these instruments during sacred rituals, filling the air with rhythmic energy. Beyond their spiritual significance, these instruments also played a role in social gatherings and celebrations. Harps and lyres were often depicted in tomb paintings, showing that music accompanied both joyous occasions and the journey into the afterlife. The craftsmanship of these instruments was highly advanced, using materials such as wood, gold, and precious stones to create both visually stunning and sonically rich tools. This highlights how music was valued not only as an auditory experience, but also as an art form connected to status and religious devotion. Meanwhile, in ancient China, the guqin, a seven-stringed zither, was revered by scholars and philosophers. This instrument wasn't just for entertainment, it symbolized wisdom and moral integrity. Confucius himself was known to play the guqin, using music as a way to cultivate the mind and spirit. The delicate, soothing sounds of the guqin embody a deep connection between music and philosophy. Playing the guqin was considered a meditative practice, helping individuals achieve harmony within themselves and with the universe. The instrument's subtle tones and complex playing techniques required years of study and refinement, reflecting the Confucian ideals of discipline and self-cultivation. Music in this context was more than sound. It was a pathway to enlightenment, a language of the soul that conveyed emotions and ethical values beyond words. Now, let's hop over to the Americas, where indigenous cultures crafted unique instruments from natural materials. The rainstick, for example, is a hollow tube filled with small pebbles or seeds that mimic the soothing sound of falling rain. It was used in rituals to invoke rain and fertility. Imagine standing in a circle, passing the rainstick around as everyone listens to the calming sound that bridges nature and music. Many Native American tribes also created drums, flutes, and rattles from wood, animal hides, and bones, each with its own symbolic meaning and purpose. These instruments were often integral to storytelling, healing ceremonies, and social cohesion. The sounds they produced connected the physical world to the spiritual realm, inviting blessings from ancestors and nature spirits. The ingenuity of these cultures in using available resources to create expressive tools showcases the universal human impulse to make music as a form of communication and connection. In Africa, the talking drum stands out as both an instrument and a communication tool. Shaped like an hourglass, Its pitch changes when the player squeezes the drum's chords. Skilled drummers could mimic the tones and rhythms of human speech, sending messages across villages. It's like an ancient text message, but with beats and rhythms. This drum was more than entertainment. It played a crucial role in governance, social organization, and storytelling. Different rhythms could convey warnings, announce celebrations, or relay news, making the talking drum an essential part of daily life. The musical language developed through the talking drum is a testament to the complexity and richness of African musical traditions. It also highlights how music and language are deeply intertwined, with rhythm and tone serving as vehicles for meaning beyond spoken words. But the story of ancient musical instruments doesn't end here. Across the world, countless other instruments have shaped human culture and expression. In Mesopotamia, the lyre was a prominent string instrument, often associated with royal courts and religious ceremonies. These lyres were ornately decorated, reflecting the importance of music in both secular and sacred contexts. In the ancient Greek world, instruments like the aulos, a double-reeded wind instrument, were central to theatrical performances and public festivals. The Greeks believed music could influence emotions and moral character, a philosophy that echoes through Western musical traditions today. In Polynesia, drums and slit gongs were used not only for music, but also to send signals across islands, demonstrating yet another example of music's dual role as an artistic and practical tool. The diversity of ancient instruments around the globe illustrates a common thread. Humans everywhere have harnessed sound to express identity, tell stories, and build community. What ties all these instruments and traditions together is the incredible human drive to create and communicate through sound. These ancient musical tools weren't just for entertainment. They were woven into the fabric of cultural identity, spirituality, and social connection. They reveal how music has always been a powerful force, capable of transcending language barriers and uniting people across time and space. So next time you hear music, think about its roots. Could the rhythms and melodies we enjoy today trace back to a bone flute or a talking drum? What stories do these ancient sounds still carry with them? Music isn't just a modern invention. It's a timeless language connecting us all across the ages. It links us to our ancestors who first lifted flutes to their lips, tapped out rhythms on hollow logs, or strummed strings carved from ivory. Through music, we continue a shared human journey, one that celebrates creativity, community, and the profound need to express the inexpressible. As we explore contemporary music, from classical symphonies to modern pop, it's fascinating to recognize echoes of these ancient instruments in the sounds and techniques used today. The pentatonic scales favored in the guqin find parallels in various music traditions worldwide. The use of percussion to create rhythm remains fundamental, just as it was when early humans first shook rattles or struck drums. Even the concept of music as a tool for communication, whether encoded drum messages or emotionally charged songs, resonates deeply in our digital age of sharing and connection. Moreover, the preservation and revival of ancient instruments by musicians and ethnomusicologists help keep these traditions alive, enriching our understanding of human history and diversity. Museums, cultural festivals, and educational programs around the world showcase these instruments, inviting people to experience the sounds that shaped civilizations. In some communities, traditional music remains a vital part of identity, passed down through generations with reverence and pride. In essence, ancient musical instruments are not relics of the past, but living symbols of humanity's enduring spirit. They remind us that music is more than entertainment. It's a universal thread woven into the tapestry of human life. By appreciating these instruments and their histories, we gain insight into the values, beliefs, and innovations of our ancestors. we recognize music's role in healing, storytelling, celebration, and connections. So, whether you pick up a modern guitar, listen to a symphony, or hear the gentle patter of a rainstick, remember the incredible journey of music through time. Each note carries with it the echoes of ancient hands, the wisdom of long-gone cultures, and the unbreakable bond that music creates among us all.